This is the NFL on EA Sports, and football has returned to America's finest city, San Diego, California. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the
We got London on the trip.
Whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's that made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. The whole club. Way too white to be shooting in the eyes. I'm sleeping good at night. See the door don't got no locks. To be spiteful, she best friends with the ops. And you need better styles. Standing on my money, dog. Please don't get involved. Ain't nobody running off. Rules to the basics. I can't be no son-in-law. I can't take the summer off. I make it look good and all, but this is no vacation. All the goons, they respect me and I know it. Watch your words and your tone, you not a poet. My advice, please don't try to be heroic. Let me know they whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. I never had a mentor, only one Scarface. I met her at a club, she twerk better when her heart breaks. Hey, hood, wanna everything that I'm praying for a Bentley and to never go to jail. I'm fresh up out the gutter, I don't know if you can tell. I'm hustling for everything I do for legacy. You can call me any type of day, my dog, I never sleep. The only rule I got is if we don't embarrass me. I write down my problems, then record it just for therapy. Just for clarity. Whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and football has returned to America's finest city, San Diego, California. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Blues of San Diego. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Valdez-Scantling in motion left. They run with the second-year man, Isaiah Pacheco. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. But you look at this defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide?
There he goes, left side. Kansas City touchdown. Richie James, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. First play's a run with Nwangu. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper at least a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
This now a 3rd and 4. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds. Get it up past the 45. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. Now a give running left is Nwangu. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Another run now for Nwangu. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Lance now on 1st down. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Here we go. From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 5. Off of play action, here's Lance. Oh, and that is incomplete. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Play action, now it's Lance. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Chris Jones, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
To about the 48-yard line. So you look at this defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to add on to that lead. So how about that for your first carry of the game? Not bad.
How about that, and not bad at all. I think he earned himself a little bit more work, partner, because that's what you want from your number 2 or your number 3 running backs. You want him to come in with the fresh legs, give your team a little jolt, and he did it right there. Best way to lobby for more playing time? Have runs like that.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll go right back to the Wagyu. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
On play action, Lance. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is up to 18 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
On the double.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Second and a couple. Up the middle, Nwangu. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Get your eyes checked. Watching the thing.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Let's keep it going. Take it to Come on.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Slide through.
And Lance now to throw. They'll get this to Nwangu. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Now Lance throwing on 2nd down. Right side, Claypool's got it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. First target, first catch, and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. And the Chiefs are going to get him. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Ready,
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Lance looking to throw it. Got an open man. It's Schwartz.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Ready.
Now a play fake. Lance. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 5. Handoff right side to Nwangu. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Here we go.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Now Lance. They'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Handoff here to Nwangu. 53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And now they're in the hurry up. On 1st down, Lance. And that's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the give is Nwangu. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. Here's 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Lance. And that is incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Mahomes going to shift him around. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ready?
Here's Lance to throw it. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on them.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Kene Nwangu, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Blues get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
And they can thank their defense for this one. They were set up with a short field following the turnover, but they took care of business as well, working their way down and finishing with a strong run into the end zone for their first touchdown of the game.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Leo Chanel. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 3rd and 4. Now Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
It looks like they'll move things around here. On first down now, run with McKinnon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And that's off the mark, incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. And able to get this out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Ready?
Lance to throw on second down here. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu to about the 48-yard line.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
To throw, it's Lance. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Lance. Rolling to his right. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. Lance and company going on fourth down. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. And a short gain down to about the 33. And quickly they get to the line.
1 yard gain. 2nd and 9.
The Lance going to throw. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 18. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Now a give running right, Nwangu. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Nwangu. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And that last field goal, number 400 for him in his NFL career. I don't know whether this will wind up a Hall of Fame career, but he's certainly been at the top of his profession for quite a while.
And that is without question, my man. One of the best kickers we've seen in the past decade or so. Big congratulations to him. Pretty nice round number.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Mahomes going to change things up. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And a quick throw there is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
Ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense. I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. That is caught. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, right at the 40. Play action, now it's Lance. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Let's go.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Nwangu. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Right.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Ready.
Off of play action, here's Lance. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. The kick by Crosby is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've got to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
Here we go. Set.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On play action, Lance. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's Nwangu. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Ready.
2nd and 7.
Get out of here with a W on this.
They'll get this quickly out to Claypool. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
It's going to be a good day, boys.
Let's make a play, boys. Teamwork makes the dream work.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Ready?
Working from the gun. Lance. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 41. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Now a 2nd and 2. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A run by Pacheco on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Again, it's Pacheco. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. This is 1st and 10. Lance back to throw. Rolling to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical, you feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Lance looking to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to 1 final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion.
On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta back up, cause it's on this old train line, I'ma get it done. Now I got the party jumping like it's double dutch. Then we spun the block, came back, double up, like, ooh, I got yeah, met her uptown, but she from the borough, better known as the boogie down. All sookie now, get up out the kitchen, man, I'm cooking now. Brother man slip me skin, suck it to me. And they gotta shut their mouth when they talking to me. I look around, it's a whole lot of flexing mamas. But I hit the highs, man, don't want the drama. Hey, peace and love, baby, keep it groovy. Every time we pop out, you know it's a movie. If I'm in hot water, then it's a jacuzzi. I gotta shake, so I'm throwing deuces. I gotta, even when I'm down bad. Yeah, I know how to bounce back, cause you know I gotta. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta, still gotta, I still gotta. Hey, you must be new in here. You see these grown people talking, what you doing here? I gotta have a mind to hit you with a stitch. Get up off the wall, go on, get it moving here. Yeah, I'm just catching the vibe. I told the valet, take your time, it might get a